Welcome to RaiGurku.com. I'm Deepak Rai, and today we are diving into the fascinating world of HTML Canvas. Whether you are a developer, designer, or just someone curious about creating dynamic visuals on the web page, like HTML Canvas tutorial is for you only. So let's understand what is HTML Canvas. So whenever we are starting with HTML, Canvas is an element that allows us to draw graphics using JavaScript directly within the browser. It's like having a blank canvas where you can paint and animate elements, giving life to your creativity. So here we'll see how we can exactly perform this activity with the help of HTML canvas. To get started, create a canvas elements within your HTML and start using it. For creating canvas, simply start with your HTML code, and within the HTML, you have to define the canvas ID. So here I'm just starting with the basic syntax of HTML, and after that we'll see how we can continue proceeding with Canvas. So here we will have body sections, and within the body, let's say I want to declare the canvas. To declare the canvas, simply you can just write it down canvas, and after that you can define the ID. So this ID will help us to make it CSS related selectors or interactive interface for canvas. You can also define with the name, but however, we are going ahead with this ID, my, or you can also define with the class as well. So I am proceeding with the ID, and after that we can define width and height. So here everything we have to write it down in double quotes. So let's say I want to add here width as 800, and then I wanted to define height equal to 400. So this canvas size is 800 pixel in the width and 400 pixel in the height. After that, we have to close the canvas. So for closing tag, exactly similar way, however, we are using for other tags, you can close it. So here I will just define canvas, and that's done. So this is a similar way where we can create a canvas and store it in the form of .html. So let me trigger this process so that you can see how canvas will look like it. Now we don't have any content, that's the reason it won't show or it won't populate. But whenever we are adding any canvas text or the size of or graphics of it, you will have this page available. Now adding the canvas within the HTML, we can define width and script anything. So to automate this process, normally we can add script. So here inside this, we want to add script, and all other code will be available within this script. So here I wanted to create const and then canvas. After that, we'll use, this is a JavaScript code. By using this, we can generate the different graphs. So here I wanted to add document dot get element by ID. Get element by ID. And next, because we have defined the ID as my canvas, so here we can declare it. So here my canvas is the text which we can define it, and then that's done. Now, after that, we can give the context of 2D or 3D. It's totally depending on your requirement, you can define it. And here we have to define the canvas, semicolon. And after that, we'll again use constant. And next is context. And after that, we'll see adding canvas. So canvas dot get context to the canvas dot get text. After that, we'll add in round bracket within a single quote, we'll add here the, so that all the shapes which will be generated is under 2D. We can also add the array of shapes with the positions where we can define constant shapes. So which all constant shapes which we want, we can define it here. So here I wanted to declare constant shapes, and after that we will add the different parameters for adding the shapes here. Add equal, and within the square bracket we have to define within the curly brace x is 100 comma y colon 200. Next positions I want color. So which all color we want, we can define it. So here I am defining color blue. And that's it. So color, wherever we are defining any string related variable, we can add in single quotes, and then we can close the curly braces. And after that, we can add semicolon or comma. So let's run this and see how it looks. And after that, we'll start building the further part. So it's not taking, what's wrong here? Let me use the previous code which we have defined for the emojis, and then we will continue with this. So here we have defined these code. So let me use this, and after that we'll have these sections available. We'll include here within the head. So here it's head, and we'll close the head. And here I want to define the meta tag. Now that is done. Let me save it and refresh the code so that we will have the canvas available. Still the canvas is not loading. Let me see what's the problem. Oh, we have not closed the script tag. So here we have opened the script tag but not defined the closing of script tag. Okay, perfect. Let's refresh this. Still it's not showing. So instead of this, we can also add some other functions and draw shapes. So functions draw shape is clear. We can add functions, and then we can define all other parameters. So let me see how we can define it. So functions draw is generally required to draw any positions. So that we have again not defined. So let me add it here. Let me add few more parameters. After that, we'll define function flow, which will help us to color the file. So let's add this, and then we will write draw function flow. So here we will add 100, and next y is for 50. We want to draw the rectangle, and then we have, that's the reason we have defined x and y coordinates, and this should be in red. Next options I want to add here in blue. So here I wanted to add 80, and next I want to define with yellow. Perfect. And after this, we have to close the square bracket so that the affections will take place. So here we wanted to close square bracket and then semicolon. Semicolon is done. Next options, functions to draw the shapes. So here we have to write it down, functions, and then we have to define the draw shapes. So here draw and then shapes. After that, we have to define the round brackets, and within this, we wanted to declare the context dot clear rectangle. So in the curly brackets, we have to write it down context and then dot clear so that it will clear the rectangle and then define the coordinates value. So which all coordinates value, this will go and start adding the flow so that we'll have canvas dot width and then comma canvas dot height so that it will start with this width and height and continue the further processing. This should be closed semicolon. Next is we want to iterate the options for all those shapes, and again we have to define the all those flow for shaping based on expositions. So initially we have to drawing of shapes, we have to just add draw shapes, and for that sort buttons. So rather than this, we can also create the complete flow so that this will be created as per our need. We can also add sort button dot elements listener where we can click on short shapes and document body up in childs on the button where we will have each and every script listed. So let me try to refresh it and then we can see. So as of now, the complete structure is not done. That's the reason we cannot have any shapes generated. So here we have to add different options. So next, I want to iterate it in the for loops because this is the integration of a JavaScript. So in JavaScript, shapes dot for each, and then next options I wanted to share here is shape, and then we can add some text here. This text and then curly braces, and here we have to fill the style. So in context dot fill style is for filling the style. And then we have to add the color. So JavaScript is a case sensitive language. So whichever context we are writing, we have to make sure that all those value will be perfect. So again, we have to write it down context dot fill rectangle, fill rect. And next options, we have to define all those shape. So shape dot x comma shape dot y comma 50 and then comma 50. So this is our complete shape which we are iterating for all those things. Then curly brace close, round bracket close, and then semicolon, and after that we'll again add semicolon. So we can also short shape based on the expositions, but let me refresh this and see is there anything generated. As of now, we did not generate anything where we can function short shapes where we can draw shapes, where sorted shapes will be drawn. Initial drawing of shapes where we can draw shapes and we can draw shapes added, and whenever we will click on this, we will have all those shapes will be drawn. So here we'll add draw shape, and here we'll add some functions, and then we will add semicolon. Within the semicolons, this will be a initial drawing of shapes where this will start drawing or filling the value. Now, as I mentioned, where we can draw each one of the shapes based on the positions or structure which we have defined within our code. So you can see here we have defined three shapes where one is blue, second is red, and third is green. Based on that, it will start filling the value of 50, 50 for each, and then it will draw in 2D shape. So here you can see if you want to sort this value, you can just click on sort shapes and this shapes will be sorted. So here how we can generate these type of canvas shapes, which is very important. And to explain the get context method and its argument 2D, which includes 2D rendering, where we can have all those information available. We can also shapes in our JavaScript access the canvas and start drawing. So constant canvas document.elements by ID will create first the canvas, and after that we can have all those information generated whichever is required. We can also begin with the circle or other graphical interfaces which we want to generate it mathematically. So we can fill or create any of this. Adding, we can also text and styling adding. We can include it within a canvas where we can, as I mentioned, we can also include text and styling. Adding text is just easy. We have to just define context.font, and after that, we have to just write the font and style. Based on that, this will display our styling pattern, and we will have all those informations available within our canvas. So this is how we can set font size, color, and fill text to display text on the canvas. We can also draw paths and lines based on the requirement. So how we can use the path and complex shapes, which is required to generate a begin path, and from there we can create any type of canvas within our HTML shape. So these all are the normal canvas created with the help of HTML and JavaScript. But we can also create animations. So animations create a loop using request animation frame for smooth animations, which we can see in the further part of video, or I will definitely come up with one video which will explain you how we can add with the help of animations. So we have completed HTML canvas in detail, where we have drawn just rectangle, but I will keep you other things on you so that you can practice well for generating circle and other canvas shapes. So feel free to add your feedback in the comment sections, where we will get to know how much you have learned about it. If you have any questions or queries, always reach out to me with the help of comment, where I will definitely respond you with your response. And feel free to like and subscribe the channel for further updates. Thank you for watching.